Yeah. Yes, hello everyone and welcome. It is another video, 3 biggest shooting mistakes, all right, but first touch edition. So how your first touch is going to make your finishing better. 3 really interesting mistakes that you guys can get sorted. I'm going to give you advice on the best ways to get your shots off quickly and score more goals. Definitely go and practice these techniques and these little tips I'm going to give you when you go over to the field and practice yourself. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Right, so first touch mistakes. All right, now these 3 mistakes, I promise you, will be limiting you getting your shots off quickly. I want you, after these 3 mistakes are maybe practiced and you've gone through them, taken on little bits of advice I can give you here, I want you to be able to hit the ball a lot quicker from when you receive it, okay, to when the ball hits the back of the net. I want that bit to be as quick as possible. All right, so we're going to limit the time that you're spending on the ball inside the box, getting shots off quickly, all right, and just getting you hitting the target. All right, so mistake number 1. All right, first of all, for all these mistakes, I'm just going to set a little scene, all right? You might have centre back here, you might have centre back here, and you might have left back, okay, over here. How often do you see strikers, again, Harry Kane's a really good example, strikers peel off into little gaps in between defenders, ball gets wrapped into their feet for a quick touch and a quick finish, okay? Or they might spin in, and they might go quick touch, quick finish, or they might even dribble through, okay? For like a 1v1 with a keeper. So I want you to focus on that scenario and focus on us getting quick touches off, quick finishes off. All right, so first mistake for the strikers is their body shape. The amount of times I see great movements from strikers where they peel off into these areas in between defenders, they've got a great opportunity for a touch, a quick touch and a quick finish. But instead, their body shape is facing where the ball's coming in from. All right, so what I mean by that is when they make this movement, their hips are still locked facing where the ball's coming from. Normally because they want to concentrate on their first touch and they want to see the ball. Problem is this. I've then got to swivel my body shape all the way around to face the direction I want to go, okay, which is going to take me a lot more time. Also, my first touches, okay, it's going to be more than one first touch. I'm going to have to go 1, 2, maybe 3 to get the ball out of my feet before getting my shot off, and that takes time, okay? So, especially in this scenario when we're getting in between defenders, it has to be quick because they're going to be closing us down. So for us to be turning around with our body shape and taking multiple touches, it's going to take a lot of time. All right, so I want you to focus on, I'm literally going to do 3 shots now. I want you to focus on how quickly I'm switching my hips to get myself facing the goal. All right, little tip. As the ball's coming in, I want you to be in a position where you can see the ball and see the goal at the same time. Okay, so watch, as I pull out into these areas, I'm side on, okay, I can see the ball and I can take my touch towards the goal. I can already see what's going on. The pitch hasn't changed. The keeper might be rushing out. I'll be able to see him and I'll literally be taking 1 touch, not 2 or 3, and I won't be switching my hips too much. All right, so as the ball's traveling, can you now get on the half turn, touch, finish? All right, ready? Really, really quick touches, quick finishes, 3 shots. Oh. Oh. Yes, good start. Quick touch, quick finish. I can kill the ball, finish off. Let's go for another one. Again, hips are out facing the goal almost. Out hips, yeah. Oh. 2 good finishes there. 2 nice finishes. Last one. Here we go, quick touch, hips. Yes, nice, that's the standard. Good start on the finishing, but as you can see there, obviously this is a short distance. It's not traveling from say 20 yards, but if I can get my hips swiveling as quick as I can, it's going to enable me to see things a little bit quicker. It's going to be able to get my touch out my feet quicker and also my finish off quicker. All right, no one can get near me. Centre halves can't get near me just because I've set my hips up, my body shape right. Let's move on to first touch mistake when we're finishing, number 2. Right, moving on to mistake number 2. All right, now we've got our hips sorted for mistake number 1. We're swiveling our hips around lovely. We're taking a good forward touch. All right, now let's actually talk about the forward touch and the first touch we're taking. All right, now as you can see, every touch I took off the board, all right, I'm going back foot inside my foot, right foot. All right, now that's because if I'm using the inside of my right foot, it keeps my body shape open all the time. So I can see everything and I can see a lot more of the pitch. Now I see quite a lot of strikers, they'll do a lovely bit of movement, they'll switch their hips lovely, okay, and they'll end up using the outside of their right foot. All right, now the problem with that is this. As the ball comes in, if you begin to use the outside of your foot, your body shape closes back to facing away from the goal. All right, and even if it's for a split second, pitches can change so quickly. Defenders can come in. This left back could come in behind me and nick the ball, and I am not prepared because my body shape's facing the wrong way. Okay, now if the ball does come in really quickly, okay, and it does come to your left foot, you might have to go inside left foot. All right, at least your body shape is still facing open and it still has the ability to swivel and face the goal. But what I see quite a lot is just because it's a strong foot, strikers will use the outside of their foot and then a defender will rush in, all right, tackle them, block their shot, whatever. Because it takes a little bit more time for them to go from this position to this position. And also they're getting a bit of a panic because they're not facing the way they want to go and they turn, defenders are there, they panic a little bit, they get tackled. So I always want you to try and use, if you can, inside of your right foot. It keeps your body shape open, you can see everything, okay? And it's a little bit easier to knock it into your path before you finish, all right? So, mistake number 2, making sure it's inside of your right foot. Be in a position when you do make your movement, inside of my right foot, finish. Outside the feet, you're getting your body shape facing away again, and it's a struggle. So I'm gonna go for 3 more, and I'm gonna go inside my foot, every single one. Look at where I'm pushing my touch. Ready? Yes, 1, touch. Nice. Side netting again. Can't complain with side netting. Going again. Here we go. Concentrating. Hips. Touch. Oh, that's a tough one. Perfect. So that is a tough one. Okay, and I'll explain why. Second thing. Oh, don't trip. Wow. Second thing you've got to concentrate on. 1, we've used the inside of our foot perfectly. Bosh. What if the ball starts travelling in the centre of me, like that, or it's a little bit too small? I'm in a position where I don't know what foot to use, okay? So, if you are pulling into these situations, you go in from the board, or you receive a pass from your midfielder, make sure this touch is out slightly onto your right foot, all right? So as you can see here, that's why I've set the camera up behind me. If I've taken my touch, look where the ball is. It's perfect for me to go and plant my left foot next to the ball and use my right peg and wrap round the ball. If the ball is too small and it's in the middle, I'm going to have a really, really difficult effort where I might have to use my weak foot, or I might have to use a technique like a trivela, which I don't need to use if I'm prepared beforehand. So make sure you're prepared and get this ball out onto your right foot so you can wrap in the corner. Yeah? So make sure hips are out, inside the foot, get that touch in onto your right foot or onto the foot you want, okay? So one last thing I'm going to go through. Watch. What if the ball comes in and I notice the left back getting a little bit close to me? All right, I'm side on, I might have a little scan over my shoulder, ball might come in a little bit quicker. I might then have to go inside and then finish with my left foot, all right? So making sure you're always in this position, it gives you the option to come out onto my right foot or push onto my left foot, okay? Just making sure you have direction on the football so you can make a decision for yourself and not give yourself a difficult finish in tight, quick situations. All right, that is mistake number 2. We're now going to go on to mistake number 3. Right, final mistake that I see. We have got our hips sorted, our hips are facing the right way, they're on the swivel, they're going towards a goal. We've got a nice touch onto our right foot, not in the middle, all right, where we're deciding what foot to use. It's a lovely touch on either foot before we finish, okay? Now, the final bit is getting our weight of our touch perfect so we can take minimal steps up to the ball. So what I mean by that is, watch, when we go touch and we go, can we take minimal shuffles, okay, and limit our steps to the football? The more steps we take, the longer it's going to take for us to get our shot off, the easier it is for defenders to tackle us or get blocks in, or the keeper, okay, to get close to us to come out and smother. Okay, so watch. If the ball comes in, touch, try and, if we can, limit the steps to maybe 1 or 1.5 steps before we plant our left foot and finish. All right, so watch me on this one. I'm going to try and go out my feet, okay, and try and go step, finish. Okay, and that is going to be the quickest shot we can possibly get in this situation when the ball's wrapped into us near the box. Here we go. So, it's not bad. That'll do. That's pretty decent. Go again. Again, I can still get enough power on the ball, all right, because I'm moving through, and as my hips are open, I'm using that momentum with my hips open to get behind the ball before I finish. Let's go again. Touch. Oh. Again, probably a few more steps than I wanted, maybe one and a half, 2 steps there, so I can fix it on this one. Even though the finish was good, it took me a little bit longer. Let's see if we can go for 1 step this time. There we go. That was better. That was better. That was 1 step, quick finish. So, little recap. Mistake number 1, don't get your hips facing where the ball's coming from. So you can't see what's going on behind you. It's going to take you longer to turn. You might have to check your shoulders, which all takes time. All right, so mistake number 1, keep your hips open so you can see the ball and the goal. All right, secondly, all right, try and get your first touch using your back foot, your inside your foot, because it encourages your hips to stay open, okay? And get that touch onto your right foot, not in the middle where you don't have a decision to make on whether you use your right or your left or a trivella. Try and get your right out onto your right foot, or your left foot if it's the other side, or even if you might have someone behind you, out onto your left foot. Make that decision up with your first touch. Third and final mistake, try your best to get your shot off as quick as you can. Good first touch, limit your steps before the football. That way we're going to get quick touches, quick finishes, and no one's going to be able to get near us. Ball's going to be in the back of the net. If you are, or you do want some examples, go and watch Harry Kane's finishing inside the box. Best in the world at it. But that concludes it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you on the next one.